to bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see if we could become something more.
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles
that they never could.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face.
Do you know what? Philip comes back, I become very unprofessional.
What?
I become very I never unmuted myself.
Oh, can I go on holidays again? Thanks.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. You
Right.
you can depress us while we're all freezing our bollocks off. You sitting on the boat going, do you know what? I'm going to Colombia today to steal some Jaffa cakes.
Shit, I knew I forgot something.
Don't come running to me when Mia's asking where her Jaffa cakes is, Mr. Brady. You go and explain that to her, not me.
I will.
I'd love to know. How did you get out of the Colombian prison, by the way?
I bribed the guard to give him a pack of the Jaffa cakes. They don't know what they are over there, you see. So.
Did you lace it with something, by the way, sir?
Yeah, strychnine.
Do you know what? My Mrs. Derber, right? She's got this poncho, right? And I keep calling her El Chapio when she wears it because she looks like a Mexican sort of gangster when they're on, right?
Right.
I'm just going to call you Escobar of Leitrim. You're like Pablo Escobar. That's your nickname.
Oh.
But
I bought the T-shirt. I bought the Escobar T-shirt. It's this rap sheet that's on the front of it with the photograph and everything, you know.
Oh, you got to wear it on the show, Philip.
I'll wear it someday. Yeah,
you really got to wear that on the show. But how are you anyway? Nice to have you back. Good evening.
All right, it's good to be back. All right, a bit cold now. The weather could be a bit better, but you know we'll get over that.
Let me change my glasses. I'm getting old, so I need to wear two separate pairs of glasses to do streaming now.
I thought you did two pairs at the same time. You were going to say you were wearing.
Anyway, let's welcome a few people in. We'll welcome people in. We've got a little bit of a statement to make, or a little bit of comment to make, and then we will get on with the show. I know the show says the post-match show. This actually is the Cockerel Clock podcast. It is back. It is back. But we've got Luke Chapman. It says, smoke alarm check. It could save your life. Twice tests weekly. Good idea coming up to Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you got one, Mr. Brady?
Oh, several of them.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Every house should have them.
We've got
and a CO2 and a carbon monoxide one as well, because that's needed as well.
And an alien warship in the back of your garden as well, have you? Is that in case you want to invade Kildare and Wexford?
No, that's going to get that's going to get the water changed in the battery. No, that's not there anymore. Sorry, it's gone.
All right. So me and Dave can sleep soundly. You're not going to invade Kildare and Wexford
No,
anytime.
no. I have to do Dublin first.
No. If people don't know, Philip's a bit like Putin. He's the Irish Putin. That's what.
Oh, here, come on, jeez, Tom Jones is bad enough, but Putin, God's sake.
I heard you've stated another elections, Philip. Have you got that sorted for the next 20 years?
Would you believe not one person mentioned Trump or Biden the whole time it was in America?
Really?
Never heard the names mentioned. I think people are scared to say it in case they offend the other party or you're talking to the opposition or something. Nobody. I was trying to cause a row. I was meant by hinting at the election, but nobody took the bite. Nobody took the bait. Nobody wanted to talk about it.
That doesn't surprise me, Philip. How come that doesn't really surprise? Daniela Zito, good evening. Big up, Daniela. How are you? Now, big up to Jim as well. Just the guy who loves Spurs. I love
Jim.
that. Just the guy who loves Spurs. Evening, Dermot and Philip. Hope you're both well. I'm grand. Philip's on the run from the Colombian police and the Colombian mafia. So he's now gone under the assumed name of Tom Escobar Jones. That's what he's gone into.
Roger Escobar. Yeah, Roger Escobar. So yeah.
Tom Escobar Jones. Anyway, and we've got Jimmy says, love the intro. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Also, we've got Kate in as well, his other half. Big up, Kate. Evening, Dermot and Philip. Hope you're doing well. We've got Dan Davenport. Hi, Dermot and Phil. Hi, Jim. Everyone's saying hello to each other. That's what I like about our chat, Philip. Everyone talks to one another. Everyone's friendly with one another. That's what I like. Have it. Everyone's just talking. Kate's saying hi to Dan and Daniela. Dan is saying, well, January window open soon. It's clear we need to spend. Yeah, we're going to get the Godfather's thought on that. Now, Philip, we had a bit of a discussion today, didn't we? Well, in fact, it was Philip giving me a dressing down. Like he took me into a small room and said, Dermatron, you can't be deluded. Well, I don't care. I said, I'm deluded. I'm going to be delusional. I don't care what you say. I live in Delusionalville, and I've got a nice house up there. But, Philip, it got us talking, didn't it, about little channels sticking together, didn't it? And we all need to help each other out. So do you want to, what did we come out? I'll let you better at words than me. So you're.
Well, no, it's just like, I mean, the Spurs YouTube family, if you like, is very widespread. I mean, it comes from all directions, all countries, America, here, Ireland, England, everywhere, and I think I always class the Irish Hotspur as a mothership for all these connected channels. With Dave and Jack, what they've done, they started it, and we've all kind of tagged along, and we all muck in with each other when we can, and whatever. And I think that's the way it should be. Like all the channels that sort of have a connection with the Irish Hotspur, I think forming that sort of a loose alliance that will all help each other out, that will watch each other, will watch each other's backs, we'll watch out for any of the attacks that come in from some of the more extreme channels, which we're all aware of. I'm not going to name any of them, but we know who they are. And it seems to have an extreme agenda. If you don't agree with them, you're on the wrong side of the fence. And I think none of us are like that. We're all pretty much on the same hymn sheet. So I think I'd like to see that, if Jim and Kate's channel or Mia's channel or Ellie or Dave and Jack as well, we'd all watch out for each other's backs. And if there's a bit of anybody comes on with a bit of hassle for something that might have been said or whatever, that we'll all row in and form a kind of alliance and a kind of a barricade against the attack that we might be having, stuff like that, And I think like especially now, like there's a lot of, I won't say hysteria, but there's an awful lot of misinformation and an awful lot of things going around following the bad run of results that we've had. And a lot of it is knee-jerk reactions and whatever. And people have got strong feelings. There's starting to become a bit of an Ange out brigade out there, which I think is slightly early. I still think we're ahead of the curve from what we thought we'd be at the start of the season. And let's just say that we're the middle ground. We're moderates. We're not going to get too involved in hysterical stuff. So let's stick together. And as Spurs rise, so will we.
Yeah, exactly, Philip. I couldn't say it better myself. That's why I leave these big things to you, because you're like, you could work in the UN or work in Parliament. You've got that sort of presence about you.
Jesus.
Did you watch Boris Johnson at the thing the other day? At the
it's funny. I thought I was watching an episode of Faulty Towers.
Can I just say, I'd love to know who his hairdresser is.
He hasn't got one, Dermot. He hasn't got one. That's the problem.
I reckon,
he must be barred from them all.
I reckon he just rolls out of bed, right? Looks in the mirror and goes, do you know what? I think my hair's fine as it is. I'm going to go out like this. Fair play to him, though.
I think he gets up in the morning, puts his head in the microwave and switches it on.
Don King used to stick his finger in the plug socket.
Yeah, I think Boris is taking it. Oh, he's an absolute idiot. He's lying through his teeth as well.
Yeah. And Kate says toxicity is everywhere. It is, though, Philip.
Yeah, it is.
We've had it as well, haven't we, Philip? But look, you're right. We're right. And then Tequila says his mum cuts his hair, Dermo. Be nice now. Poor old Mister. Well, my poor old mam's in hospital with an infection, so I'm going up to see her tomorrow. So
sorry to hear that.
Get well, ma'am, if you're watching. I don't think she will be, but get well, ma'am, anyway. And I hope you feel better. Kate says toxicity is everywhere. Yep, that's so true. So you're great. And it's great to see them back in the chat again, isn't it, Philip, Kate, and Jim, and everyone. It really is great to see them back. So welcome home. Welcome home to the madhouse.
We've all got the same end result. We want Spurs to be successful.
We do. We've got who else? We've got Stephen Cartwright. Big up, Stephen. Says Boris does his hair by standing.
Yeah, either that or the microwave. One of the two.
Oh dear. And then we've got Dan Davenport. Steve Cooper will be sacked if Forest lose at Wolves, according to strong rumours.
Yeah.
I have asked the question. Guys, and I'm waiting for an answer. George,
do you know what's going to happen there, Dermot? Do you know what's going to happen there? If Steve Cooper does get sacked, guess who the new manager's first game in charge is going to be against?
Tottenham.
Yeah. And just be our luck when they get the new manager bounce syndrome coming in.
Will Ange have to shop in Lidl this January, Dermo? No.
Go to Aldi instead. No, go to Aldi.
No. He's been told he can shop at Marks and Spencer's and Tesco's.
All right. You can't go to Selfridges or Fortnum and Mason or Harrods.
No. We're sort of no, we can't. No, not unless you're going to go there with him, Philip, and help him out. Do you know?
When I've seen the prices of Fortnum and Mason's shop at Heathrow Airport, I looked at it the other day, and I've seen the prices. There's no fucking way we can afford anything out of there.
Can I just say, I know what Philip does for work, right? I'm going to say this, Philip, without. Do you think you might be able to help him out if he puts a letter in?
I'll send it in. Yeah, I'll put in an application for him. We might get enough to buy somebody's big toe.
You know, it'd be good one if Daniel Levy sent you in an application form. You've been sitting at your breakfast table, right, having your breakfast. Get this email in. You were going, Mary, Daniel Levy's put in an application form here. I better accept this.
Yeah, just in case you wonder what he's talking about. I work in commercial finance.
Yeah,
so that's what he's talking about.
Anyway, yeah. So there you go. We've got Jim saying there is no need for bad feeling. We're all Spurs, and everyone is entitled to their opinions, which is true. This Spurs team will take us places. We need to be patient and get our players back a couple of windows. I agree with that. I know you do too, Philip.
Yeah.
And we've got Tequila says Tesco brand not good. Well, we'll see what Philip can give Daniel Levy. See, can he swing a few euro, 20 euro? He might be asking the government for some help. Can you swing over a few quid here, Mr. T-Shock, for Daniel Levy? He'll make you a few quid back. We've got Dermot and Phil. I heard Paul David Hawson, also known as Bono, did a read. Yeah, he did.
He wasn't there. He wasn't there, but he sent in a tape. I don't know if you watched it, Dermot. It was an unbelievable watch, that funeral. They were actually dancing in the church at the end of it. I've never seen anything like it. They were playing Fairy Tale of New York, and his wife and his family were dancing in the church. It was great. It was brilliant.
Tequila, can you do your modern business, please? You've been a mod, so do your modern business. Good up, Tequila. If we lost the next two games, will Mr. Levy show patience? I think he will, Philip.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, I don't think there's any danger. Yeah, I mean, if there is, I think God help us. You know that's. You know, we're not the Watford chairman. You know, who sacks managers about twice a month.
I want Ange in charge when I go to see Brighton, please. I want to see a bit of Ange ball in the flesh. You know, and then we're going to be up and down this year. Give Ange time. That is so true.
We knew there was going to be bumps in the road. I mean, we're hitting one. Okay, we've hit a pretty major roadblock the last month or so, but it's nothing that it's fine margins. We've lost each one of those games apart from Chelsea, of course, by the finest of margins. You know.
Yeah. You know. So look, tonight we're going to do a little bit of the Premier League preview of this weekend's matches coming up. Me and Philip will give our thoughts on the games. We're going to look at the table. We're going to give you who won Manager of the Month, Player of the Month, and Goal of the Month. I'll give you one clue. Colm should be very, very happy. If he's around, he should be extremely happy and surprised and fell over. And then we're going to got a few comments, and we'd love to get your thoughts on these guys. But please hit the like button, please hit the subscription button, pick up your memberships as well. $1.99 to $5.99, the cheapest around. And also, I know it's tough times out there. We will, if you've got a question, put it in the chat. We will bring it up. But if you do make it a super chat, you will get ahead of the crowd, and you will get there first. So every little helps as we look to grow to 2K and keep Philip in the life he's become accustomed to. As this Tom Jones superstar who does a bit of Elvis as well on the sidetrack as well. Be back doing Tom Jones on the Tuesday evening. What else we got? And then Gerard says Nuno went for less. Yeah, mind you.
But Nuno didn't play the type of football Ange got a team.
Do you know I saw Nuno the other day, Philip?
Did you?
I did. I saw him in an
Irish. Were you in a garden centre, were you?
Yeah, it was an Irish garden centre, and there was Nuno just there fishing. Fair play to Nuno. Fair play to Nuno.
He's got a job anyway after Saudi Arabia.
He's got a job for life. And we've got the Neil Shaft and the Pogues, the only band that had to have two breaks so Shane could help off the vomit and then return to finish the show. He was there when the Pistols and the Clash. He was huge in promoting the Jam. He was.
Yeah, he was.
Philip, how great was he for Irish music? The Pogues.
Oh, he was fantastic. I mean, he was just one of the original. Like, here's a guy who let his talent speak for him. He wasn't looking for the image that a lot of people have. Look at the way he looked like someone that hadn't been to the dentist ever. And people, and that was his image, and it endeared him to an awful lot of people. And I mean, I think that's the best send-off I've seen for anybody in years. Was what he got today. The lineup in Dublin, people lining the streets, was thousands of people out. And then when he got down to Tipperary, the church was packed, the outside was packed. And as I said, watching the funeral mass, it was more like watching a Pogues concert.
Yeah,
there's so many great musicians playing at it.
Yeah, and then he says the Nips Gabriel classic. Yeah, classic tune. I love when them and the Pogues and the Dubliners did the Irish Rover.
Yeah,
that was brilliant. I love that song.
Shane McGowan, his wife, will be a rich woman for the rest of her life because he gets a massive royalties from Fairy Tale of New York every year.
Yeah.
So she not worry about money for the past.
Do you think that'd be number one this year? That'd be Christmas.
Oh, not a problem. It'll be there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Has to be. Has to be.
My favorite Christmas song. That is my favorite Christmas song.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Brady, while you were away, guys, look, the new TV right deals were announced, and it's now worth $6.7 billion. Now, firstly, what's your thoughts on that, Philip? It's a 4-year deal for Sky and TNT. The 3 p.m. blackout stays in. We're going to get onto that bit later because you probably were around when it came in. And I'm just checking if that's it. Yeah, fair enough. And where do you make of it, Philip? Has football gone money mad? That's a hell of a lot of money.
It is. It's and you know something? I've been reading something. I don't know if you saw it, but the Football Supporters Association have put out a statement on it, and they're more or less saying, well, they're not knocking the deal. What they are saying is that the TV producers now, the TV companies now nearly have total control over when matches are played. And they are saying now that there's going to be very, very few matches played at 3 o'clock on a Saturday because they're going to have them timed, unless the ban is lifted, they're going to be timing the games for later on. So the 3 o'clock Saturday thing could be a thing of the past, given it in a couple of years' time if they get their way. So I think it's good. It's good and it's bad for football. If it keeps these madly inflated transfer fees going, it's bad for football, right? If it allows the player, the standard of the standard of players is going to be good anyway. but it also allows for the huge inflated wages that the players are on. It's bad for football, because eventually, if that TV deal runs out in 3 or 4 years' time, or whenever it runs out, say it's not renewed, there's going to be an awful lot of clubs with contracts they will not be able to fulfill because they won't have any team on it. I doubt it. I know that. But it's happened in Italy. It's happened in Spain.
Yeah, but
so why not happen here?
You look at Amazon, Netflix, DAZN will want to buy the rights. They will put money into
that's price. What that's doing there is that means the ordinary man in the street, right? Not everybody can afford Amazon and Netflix every month. They're going to be priced out of watching their favorite sport, which I don't agree with. I think there should be more free-to-air matches coming on as part of this deal, but I doubt that will be the case.
Well, look, I just answer a very quick question. Gerard O'Connor here, very good question. So, what clubs get what, as in the share of the cake? Now, I think it's worked out that every club gets the same bit of money from the TV rights, doesn't it? It doesn't matter where you're on the league. But it's more on the prices where you finish in the league, isn't it? Where it's going to be increased and slightly increased more.
Well, some teams are showing more than others, and they'll obviously get more money.
Yeah. So it's done by pay by game, isn't it? So Tottenham are playing Arsenal. Tottenham and Arsenal will get a certain amount of money plus whatever. Philip, look, the EFL have said they want to talk to Amazon, Netflix, and DAZN to promote their game, to show games on their platforms, with them looking to get the 3 p.m. blackout lifted, so games can be shown.
Yeah.
And also the women's game are saying, the WSL saying, well, how can we not take the 3 p.m. kickoff? Because they've been a bit hard. I think they've been shafted, to be fair, Philip. 11:30 and 6:30 on a Sunday night. Not really great times for that game. So where do you think the EFL will go, Philip? The Premier League is done. The EFL's next. And also the overseas rights are next. So have we now got to a point where domestically we've now reached the limit of what companies are going to pay for the Premier League?
But
internationally, it's going to be whatever. It can go on forever. If you look at Saudi Arabia and
the Premiership is the most popular league in the world. Like I know. I was giving out Dermot when I was on holidays. I couldn't see any soccer. Right.
Yeah.
We were in a bar in Costa Rica. Right. And the Premiership was on 4 TVs in the one bar. That was the 5:30 kickoff on the Saturday, whatever game that was last weekend. Then on the ship the following day, Man United and whoever Man United were playing, Chelsea. Was it not Chelsea? Newcastle. That came up. And so that's the international rights. I didn't see one football jersey the whole time I was away, but in that bar, there was 100 guys screaming at the TV. It's hugely popular. So the international money is going to keep coming in. They love it in Australia. They love it in Africa. They love it everywhere. And but I think that's the height of it. 6 million is a huge amount of money for the British companies to be paying. And I think any more money that comes in will be from abroad. But just think about the 3 p.m. kickoff. If the EFL get in, they probably want to show their matches at 3 o'clock, right? Which means then the Premiership will object to that, because they'll be taking away possible attendance at their matches. But then again, if you look at nearly every Premiership game you see, it's sold out these days. There's never any spare tickets going for any club.
I mean, it was brought in to help the lower leagues so they didn't lose attendances, Philip. And that's why it was brought in the 60s. Look, we're very lucky in Ireland. We got Premier Sports over here. We get a 3 o'clock kickoff every Saturday.
We do. We get one game every 3 o'clock.
Now,
Saturday,
I'm just going to pick a few people out the chat, and this is nothing, so please bear with me what I'm saying. Say the likes of Jim or Kay or Tequila or Dan, right, or Gerard, or somebody, right, in England. They're ill, right, or they're not well, or they can't get to a game, and they really want to watch the matches on Saturday. What harm is it for putting, say, Tottenham against Brighton, 3 o'clock kick of BBC? And have it like part of Soccer Saturday, like we show you this game, or Sky show every Premier League game playing on a Saturday. What harm would that be doing? Because if you want to stay at home, you can stay at home. If you want to go to your non-league side, you can go to your non-league side. Do you know? I don't see where the problem is.
I think the problem might be if you're showing Tottenham versus Brighton on a Saturday at 3 o'clock, right? And you've got a football fan, a fan of a lower league team, right? He might be a come day, go day fan, mightn't go to every match. and say he was thinking of going to see Colchester versus Scunthorpe United. Oh no, I'll not go to that. I'll stay at home. I'd rather watch Spurs. If that game's not on at 3:00, he goes to the Scunthorpe versus Colchester United game. So that might be the reasoning behind it. It might keep people away from the lower league matches because there's a Premier League game on TV. That's the biggest argument I can make for it not being lifted. And so it may affect the lower league teams more than lifting it, you know?
Should it be lifted though, Philip?
Oh, yeah. It probably should. And for freedom of everything, freedom of information, freedom of speech, yes, possibly. But we'll see. We'll see now if it actually happens. It depends how much of a lobby there is behind to getting it lifted. If it's only a lackluster attempt, it will not be lifted. But if all the clubs in the championship and the lower leagues got behind it, then maybe they might have something. But then again, those clubs don't seem to have much of a say. It's the big clubs have the clout. You know?
Yeah, and look, Gerard says it here. He put a comment in here. Jim put a good comment as well, actually. I bring up a few. I've started a few here. He said, gents, he says, football has gone crazy. Full stop. The rules, the TV rights, the transfer fees, the wages. It's absolute bonkers.
Yeah.
I think you and Jim can remember football back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, Philip. What's the difference? Look, I always tap into your knowledge about this. What's the difference between football then? Was that football? I always say about the working class people. Football was, I say about Tottenham when I go on my rants about Spurs, that Spurs was like Man United as well. They were formed by railroad workers. They were formed, every club was formed by working class people.
That's right. That's right.
Where has the game gone away from its roots from working class to corporate? Well, was it in the 80s when Scholar put us on the stock exchange? Do you know, when for you did you think, hang on, this is changing?
It started around the 80s, around that time, about 82, 83, when Scholar took over. Because if you look back at Dermot, at any matches in the 60s and 70s, right? I call them the flat cap matches. You look at the crowd, they're all there in their flat caps with their rattles and their rosettes and their scarves, and you don't see you might see a scarf, you might see a half and half scarf, which I think should be banned. That's another day's work. They're not there with the rattles. They're not, because they're not allowed in. You paid maybe $5 or 7 and 6 to get in to see a match. Nowadays, it's 65 quid to see Spurs, and you know, not everybody can afford that. Not every week, anyway. You know, no. Whereas the cost of getting into a match has gone proportionately way higher than it should have done, and that's to pay for the new facilities, the fancy grounds, or whatever. But the money that football really went on an downward or upward slope, whatever you want to look at it, when the Sky money started in the 90s. And that's continuing to this day. We're 30 years into the Premiership now, 31 years. And the money for those games just keeps getting bigger. And it's pricing the ordinary man in the street out of it. Yeah. We've talked about this before, Dermot. Yeah. For us to go to a game at Tottenham now, how much is it going to cost? 300-400 quid. Yeah, between flights, hotels, and match ticket.
Yeah, look,
I can't do that very often.
No, I go to Tottenham and I do it in a day. I'm there, but I travel over and fly back on the same day.
I try and do that myself as well.
Which for me, health-wise, leaves me very exhausted. You know how it affects me, Philip, health-wise. Afterwards, I am spent. So yeah, it does cost a lot of money, Philip. And you look at Jim here, Jim. I mean, I'd love to get you and Jim on the stream about talking about football back in the day, because I could listen to you for hours, Philip, on old football. I love tapping your knowledge and your history and your knowledge about the game back then. And I think you agree with this one when you
I absolutely agree with Jim. Totally agree. And one other thing, Jim, I'll just say that, and I've said this before on the stream, in case anyone didn't hear it. Jimmy Greaves, the greatest striker Tottenham ever had and probably ever will have, never earned more than 100 quid a week in his entire career. They just put that in your pipe and smoke it. You know, you see players today that are averaging, they're probably a tenth of the quality of Jimmy Greaves, earning 100 grand a week. It's gone ridiculous like that.
Tequila, it's a culture change. It's more than just football, I'm afraid. He says, I totally agree with that, actually. The lane was £5 entry in 86, 87.
Well, there you
Imagine that, 5 quid.
Yeah. It's now gone up 10 times that minimum.
Yeah. I bought a ticket the other day, Philip, because I'm going to the Brighton game. And Tottenham, can I say massive shout out to Tottenham Hotspur? I couldn't afford the ticket when they were due to take the ticket back. I rang Ollie. I said, can you email Tottenham? Can they hold the ticket for me? They held the ticket till I could afford to get it.
That's good.
So a massive big up to Tottenham Hotspur. Absolutely massive big up to them for that. And that was they didn't have to do it. And the lady in the ticket office, massive big up to them.
Yeah.
But €5, Philip.
Yeah.
Five
Well, I'll give you an
€5.
example, Dermot. There's a match here. Ozzy Ardiles and Ricky Villa made their Spurs debut at Bohemians Ground in Dublin in 1978. £2 to get in.
£2.
I still have the ticket.
That is mad. £2. Look, a bigger problem is ownerships, and this I agree. You look at the Glazers, right? Let's take them for example, right, Philip? And that ownership and
Take them, please.
Never ending takeover. It's just the bigger problem
ATM
is,
machine.
The bigger problem is the ownership that's taking money, not really investing it back into the area, squad, or facilities. Now, look, we've got problems with our owner, Philip, with the team, not backing the managers. Look, that's a different conversation. We can go all night on that.
Yeah.
But I feel that he's done more. He hasn't taken dividends out the club. He is trying to redevelop the area as part of the contract with building the new stadium. You look at the Glazers. They've backed managers. They've pulled money into bought players. But you look at Old Trafford. It's fallen. There's talk of them, actually, the council closing Old Trafford down.
Yeah.
Because it's actually becoming a health and safety.
But Dermot, just on that very theme, when the grounds were announced for the England staging and Ireland staging, the European thingy bob in a few years' time, Old Trafford normally would have been one of the first grounds on the list. They weren't even mentioned this time. And why? Because what you just said.
I mean, can you imagine somebody coming to us and saying White Hart Lane has to be shut down because it's on health and safety grounds?
Yeah.
And you look at Old Trafford. It was the biggest stadium in the world, in Britain, at one stage. It was, wasn't it?
It was the icon stadium. It was the best stadium in the country. Biggest capacity, biggest everything. Now it's becoming like a I don't know. I mean, I'm sure. See, but the Glazers, instead of taking the 15 million a year, whatever they do out of the club, if they put that back in, Old Trafford could be back to its normal, grand stature. But they won't put the money back in. No. And the longer they stay at that club, the worse it's going to get.
How do you feel the Premiership in the whole is being regarded, Philip? Is it being regarded to these owners as a money-making machine?
Well, as Neil Shafton says here, it's the personal ATM for the Glazers.
Where does he say that now, Philip?
I'll put it up here.
Yeah, you bring that up, yeah.
That's exactly true, Neil. That is absolutely true. They bought that club with the club zone. They bought that club not with their own money. They borrowed the money to buy the club. The club borrowed the money, not the Glazers. And I mean, you just talk to any United fan, and they'll say they're disgusted. And Jeremy, what you told me last night, this Jim Ratcliffe, they may take another weeks or months to get.
I'd actually read out exactly what was sent to me last night, Philip, and it was sent to me from our source, who I'm very thankful. Very thankful as well. If I can find the message, where's the here we go. He's saying, well, Tottenham are looking at Braithwaite at the moment from Everton, Philip, as a centre back for January, but it's revealed. Where is it now? Sorry, I need to find it. Where is it now? Oh, yeah. Breaking. Officials had hoped to broadcast the arrival of Jim Ratcliffe billionaire takeover ahead of Tuesday's Bayern Munich fixture at Old Trafford. However, sources in the US have disclosed the legal structural matters have pushed the date back. Approval will take a further 6 to 8 weeks, meaning Aeneas may not be in place for the January window. And of course, I went on to say that Casemiro, Rafael Varane, and Jordan Sancho are available for transfer January. And what I'm hearing is Tottenham are keeping a very close eye on the Sancho deal. If you look at that, Philip, and you look at the problems we had with Levy, look, he's had his problems, Philip. He's got his downside. It's true to say. If you look at it from a structural and an infrastructure point of view, you can't fault the guy.
No.
If you look for it from a football point of view, you can fault the guy.
Yeah.
So is it very hard for an owner to come in to strike a happy balance? Can you strike a happy balance as an owner, Philip?
Very, very, very difficult, because, I mean, you're never going to please everybody all the time. You'll please some of them some of the time, but not everybody all the time. Levy has done very well to get the stadium the way he's got it, and also the training ground. That's, I mean, you got to credit him for that. Where he has fallen down, not backing the managers, not just one manager, 3 or 4 managers he hasn't backed. Whether he backs Ange, we'll know in January. We will really know in January. I think maybe he might have learned his lesson, but who knows? We'll soon find out. Another month.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's impossible. I mean, you see United fans protesting against the Glazers in nearly every home match now. There's other clubs. I mean, I don't think Chelsea fans are that enamored by this new guy that they've got either. Okay, he's probably better than Abramovich, but anyway. What other clubs have we got? Who else have we got? There's Everton. Have lost 10 points because of the mismanaging by their previous owners or whatever. So, it's very, very hard. It's the fan in the street that suffers. It's the likes of you and me. Like, I feel sorry for Everton.
I do too.
Did you see the joke that was going around there about Erling Haaland confronting the referee after last Sunday? He said the FA have investigated the matter thoroughly, and as a result, they've deducted 5 points from Everton. That kind of sums it up,
Any Everton fans watching, I'm sorry. But look,
we're Everton. We're on your side. We're on your side. We don't want you to get deducted.
I can remember back. I mean, look, I just got to go through some of these comments here, Philip, to catch up, and then we will get on, because I'm loving this conversation with you, by the way, and I think it's a good. That's what I love about the podcast. It's never about one subject. We always try to get a couple of subjects, and we just go with the flow. We've got Mil Hendricks. He says, you're still better off that game. Do you know what? I agree with that, Philip, in one way. Because I feel
watching last night, I don't.
No, but
I normally would, but not last night.
I agree we should have bought a striker with the Kane money. Yeah. I get it. But I think it's giving more players to shine. And I think that's where the good. But hang on, I'm hearing thunder lightning from Kildare. I think Dave is rumbling. Hello, Mrs. Brady. Just give her a big wave. Hello, Mrs. Brady.
There you go.
He says, Coys, we've got Jim. Never earned more than £100 for that. Give his heart and sweat. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's shocking that. And where's his statue, by the way? I said while you're away, Philip, that the south stand should be the Bill Nick stand. The east stand should be the Jimmy Greaves stand. The west stand should be the Terry Venables stand. And the north stand should be the Arthur Rowe stand.
Yeah. That won't happen until the ground's named.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Or just call the stadium the Sir Bill Nicholson Stadium or the Bill Nicholson Stadium. For me, I'd love that. I would love that. Stephen Cartwright says in 67-68, the season, it was 5 shillings to get into the ground. God. 6 pence more to get into the exclosure in the West Stand. Wow. That's
25p in all new money. 25 pence to get to the match.
We've got Jim, just Tequila, you're 100% right. We've read that one. We've got Tequila. Glazers are no longer prepared to buy the blue tack. Can I just say that is for me?
That's a good comment.
That's comment of the stream so far.
Yeah.
Tequila, can you beat that? And it's good job, Colin, isn't it? To be fair, Colin is a very, very minded United fan. To be fair to him, Philip. Liam Harty says, just had a YouTuber video saying we look like we're getting this young with from Juventus Junior for 20 minutes. At the moment, it's in talks. It's likely. I'm not saying it's 100%. It's 50-50 at the moment for what I'm hearing. It's very, very, very likely. We've got Gerard saying, Dermo, the fans don't give a toss about the lane. The fans want a cup, not plastic sticks or prawns. I'm not part of the prawn sandwich brigade. I'm like Roy Keane.
Yeah.
I like prawn cocktail, but I'm not part of the prawn sandwich brigade. And I will, before Christmas, me, Philip and Dave, we're going to do an Irish stream about Ireland, the last year for Irish soccer. And one question I'm going to ask Philip, I'm going to ask him now. You don't have to answer me now, Philip. You can think about it and tell me at the end of the stream. Were you for or against Roy Keane in Japan? Don't answer that. Don't answer me now. Have a think about it and let me know. I have a fair idea what you're going to say. But I wonder, go on. Were you for or against them? I wouldn't know now.
At the time, against them, because I think he cost us a really good World Cup.
Yeah.
Now, in hindsight, I can see where he's coming from. You know, I can see at the time it was bad, but now time has mellowed me on that one. I think possibly he was right. He tried to highlight something that should have been addressed long before they even went out the Saipan.
Yeah.
You know, it was like sending Tottenham to train on Hackney Marshes. You know, they weren't prepared. There's nothing there for them. No. I don't think they even had goalposts organised. You know, so you know.
Look,
I'm
not really going to talk much about this, David. I was on the stream last night where it happened. I will stick by what I said, that it was unfair on Ellie, Kate, Jacob, Coover, myself, that we were subjected, and Jim as well, and other people that have been subjected to what they've had to be subjected to. So, look, each to their own, but I stand by what I said last night, and I still stand by it now. He has reached out and sent me an apology. I think he should reach out to the other people he's offended and apologize to them too, personally. But look, we move on, and that's all I'm going to say in it. And this is what prompted me and Philip to say what we said at the start of the stream. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say in it. So, I don't really like that sort of stuff, but I stand by what I said last night, Philip. I stand by it, and you know me, we would stick up for anyone. We would, you, me, with that sort of channel, we would do that. So, yeah, I'm not going to really talk much about it. But what I said last night, David, and that's private for what he sent me. I'm not going to divulge that, but I stand by for sticking up for the people who I wanted to stick up for last night, and I will do again. Jim says, gents, Levy is good for Spurs. I'm not a Levy out person. I'm a Levy leave the football side the football. Yeah. I agree with this, Philip. Yeah, I think this has been our stand all the way along, hasn't it?
Spot on. This Scott Munn fella should be doing the job Levy was doing.
Yeah, we've always, this has been our way of thinking, hasn't it? From day dot. Really, Philip. I mean, look, I was Levy out for 1 year, and to be fair, it affected my health. It did affect my health. I was off this Levy out nonsense. It affected my health. But you and me actually talked about it one day, didn't we? A long time ago. And we come to the conclusion that we're in the middle, aren't we? We're praising when he does good, and we're criticizing when he does.
He will get a bollocking from us if he deserves it, and he'll get praise from us if he deserves it. Like, I don't think it's fair to be in the not to give him any credit for anything he's ever done. That's not right. He has done good for the club, and he's also harmed the club. So he's keeping the head down at the minute, but let's see what he does in January, and then that will formulate what a lot of people think of him.
Look who's in. We're back by half ourselves now. She's
here. Hang on. I better put the hat on here.
Yeah. Yeah. Big up, Ellie. Hello. Hi, Ellie. Højbjerg, the Danish destroyer. Philip's now. I've got Philip to say Højbjerg now. It took you months to get me.
Took me a while, but
it is a tongue twister, isn't it?
And can I just say, please, Ange, or whoever's involved in the transfers, please do not transfer him in January. We need him in that squad. That might be controversial, but that's the way I feel about him. Anyway.
Yeah, I reckon if Højbjerg scored yesterday, Ellie would have run onto that pitch. I was half expecting the day she was with Romero, right? Mia going one way for Romero, Ellie going for another way for Højbjerg. I was just expecting the pair of them, right, just to jump on top of them. I can see Ellie sticking Højbjerg on her shoulders. Saying, "Right, I'm taking you home now. Not letting you go."
The two of them end up in the same cell at the police station afterwards as well.
But she says, hello, Dermot and Philip. Thanks for your lovely words, Dermatron. Much respect. Well, look, you know me, Ellie. You should know me well enough now. I do it. And me and Philip stand by what we said at the start of the stream as well. As he's eating his crisps. Lucky bugger. I'm thinking, do you know what? A YouTuber went into the jungle this year, Philip. I'm thinking of putting you into I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here for next year. I can see Philip, right, doing the Bush Tucker trial. You have to eat crocodile anus or something like that.
Jesus. I couldn't watch that program. Sorry, I couldn't watch it.
Put it in the chat, guys. Here's a little fun. We'll get a bit of fun with this tonight, right? If Philip had to do a Bush Tucker trial in I'm a Celebrity, which trial would you get him to do? So there you go. There's a bit of fun now tonight. We'll have a bit of fun tonight. This is what this podcast's around, actually. Hello, Ellie. Just a girl who loves Spurs. Just a girl who loves Højbjerg, Steve Perriman, and Chrissy Houghton. Just remember, Ellie, we know what you did with Chrissy Houghton. Do you know, I have that in my back pocket. Yeah. So does Philip. Look at him wobbling his head. He's doing what I do. He's giving his head a wobble. Big up Ellie, darling. Kate says, Jim saying, Ellie said Højbjerg wasn't as bad as some were saying, but his Bambi on Sanchez, I have that was a homage to
I have to say, he couldn't. Excuse me. He couldn't do that again, even if he tried. I think it's one of those things, kicking his own foot.
We've got Neil saying, was that the issue with Mick McCarthy, or just poor quality of practice? There wasn't any practice facilities.
No, there was none. That was a problem. Although I think there was a personality clash with Mick McCarthy. I think
didn't he call him a plastic paddy or something? Roy Keane to Mick McCarthy or something.
He probably did. Yeah.
Did you see him doing that thing with Ian Wright? He was talking about it. He's still angry about it now. It still gets him angry. Every time you mention Mick McCarthy, you can see the red flare starting to come up. And it's so
21 years on, and he still holds a grudge against him.
That's fine. Everyone's entitled to put something in as long as it's respectful and it doesn't upset anyone. Then we will remove it or put you on the timeout. We've got Arthur Busby, Arsenal top now, not Spurs. No. Look,
who's top?
These
is that team from South London?
Yeah,
the one
that is the team, Philip, who won. We beat Luton trophy. Do you know the team?
Is the open top bus celebration this weekend?
It was yesterday. They had it outside. It was yesterday. Yeah. Do you know? It makes me laugh about that, right? We went to Luton with 10 men and won 1-0.
Yeah.
Arsenal go to Luton and just scrape by, and the traitor scores as well. Of all people. They're running around. You think they won the league.
Well, let's see how they get on against Villa on Saturday, because Villa haven't won 13 on the bounce at home. That would be a tough one for them.
How much do you think Troy is? Oh, this is Troy?
Oh, Troy Parrott.
Troy Parrott. £2.50.
He's gone down in my estimation. I'll give a £5. Troy Parrott is one of these players. They'll probably sell him on for about $1 million or $1.5 million or something just to get him off the books, which is a shame because 3 years ago, that guy was this Harry Kane successor, and now he's out playing for a team in Holland, Thfc or whatever you call them.
That's your first one, Philip.
Kate. Oh, geez. Dermot, what have you started here? What have you started?
You know me.
Jesus. I'll say I've that many things to get back at you for. Christmas is going to be long and painful for you, boy. I'm telling you.
I'm looking forward to it. Philip, look, I'm glad you take this in the way it is, Philip. It's a bit of fun, and we love doing this stream. There's a bit of crack. We're known for our sense of humor. Well, a witty sense of humor.
Weird at times, but anyway.
Weird sense of humor. Philip, Levy has made us one of the richest clubs in the world. Why would we want him gone? But he needs to stay away from the transfers and give managers what they need to be successful.
Exactly. Got it in one, Jim. Got it in one. Which I hope he will do now. It's Scott Munn's first January window. Plus the new guy there, the new the guy came from Villa. So the headhunter, if you like. Between them, we need a good transfer window in January. Definitely need a good transfer window. What else? Who else? I'm kind of behind on my comments here. Dennis just disappeared. Let me see. Well, yeah. Oops, I had that one already. Don't want to show that one again. Right, Tequila is saying Keano holds grudges. Love him for it, to be honest. Yeah, I'll tell you, Roy Keane. You know, a lot of these pundits, they say what Sky tell them to say because there's an agenda. Roy Keane, you wouldn't dare do that to Roy Keane. He'll say exactly the opposite. Yeah,
that's true. Graham Souness for me, it's a good pundit.
He wasn't bad, It's like a guy. Roy Keane reminds me of a guy who's is told he's going to compare some company's big annual dinner, right? And at the start, he said, "I've just been given a list of things by the chairman of the company that I'm not allowed to talk about. I just want to make sure I don't leave any of them out." That's Roy Keane.
Yeah. Did you do that one? Did you clear that up for Neil Shafton about Doherty?
Oh, please clear up the multiple profit of Doherty. I hear Doherty. It's Doherty, DOH. Erty. It's
There's-
not Doherty. It's not Doherty. It's Doherty.
Do you know, it took me years to get that right. It actually took me
Yeah,
years to get. It took me as long to get Højbjerg right. And then we've got no kangaroos in Mexico. Billas at Panama.
Yeah,
Because
not that I saw anyway. Saw a few alligators, all right.
Yeah. But if you do watch I'm a Celebrity, please put in the chat what Bush Tucker Child would you like Philip Brady to do if he was in the jungle? Will the two Frenchmen be given free transfers in January, Hugo and Tonga?
Oh God.
Well, one of them, I think one should be kicked out and cancelled his contract. I think Hugo should be given a free transfer, Philip, to be fair. He's a servant of the club.
Yeah. I think Hugo will get a free transfer. They'll let him go in January. As for Tanguy, I mean, Galatasaray are sending him back with his tail between his legs again. How many times is that going to happen to the guy? I think we have to cancel his contract. We cannot keep paying that guy 200 grand a week or whatever he's on just to be sitting in KFC and McDonald's every night of the week. No, get rid of him. Hugo deserves to be let go free, but the other guy, just kick him out.
And then we've got Moss Sports World. It says, Oi, Philip and Domo, Tron. I like that. He says, Domo, Tron. Shouldn't be onto your fellow birds, T. Magpies versus cock trills. Fair enough. This is the Cockerel Clock podcast. Yeah. So anyway, Mr. Brady, we have a very, 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 very busy weekend ahead of us. So let's start with the Premier League table, Philip, and where teams are before we get on with the games. This is the top 7. Arsenal hates me to see that, Philip. Hates me to see that. We've got South London up number 1, Liverpool, Villa, Man City top 4, Tottenham 5, Man United 6, and Newcastle 7. You think that was the top 4 you were expecting at the start of the season, Philip?
No, didn't expect to see. Didn't expect to see Villa there. That's for certain. You'd expect Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City to be there or thereabouts. You know, I suppose surprising is Manchester City are only 3 bad note as we are, as they're calling us bad note. They're only 3 points ahead of us. You know, okay, they've got a better goal difference, but Man City are not firing at the moment at all. And I think we softened them up on Sunday, and Villa finished them off during the week. Man United with a goal difference of 0. This is quite good. I think when they go to Liverpool in a couple of weeks' time, that could actually change. I think Liverpool will spank them. Pretty much the top 7 apart from Villa. I thought they were top 6. I thought that top 6 would be fairly close to what it is there now. We're ahead of the curve all the time, despite our bad results. I mean, can you imagine, if we'd have won 2 of those matches, right?
Yeah,
we'd be second. We'd be second.
Do you know, and I've been saying it, I said it all the way along, Philip. I'd be like the zombie out of The Walking Dead if you told me we'd be here. 9 points off the top, 3 points behind Man City in 4th. Man City are not just all conquering, rolling machine. They're a team like everyone else. They haven't won, haven't won in 4?
Yeah.
Man City?
Yeah. But do you know, Dermot, that we created a new Premiership record last night?
I know.
We're the only team to score first in 5 matches and not win any of them.
I know. Wow. Ellie, thank you so much. Honestly, you didn't have to do that, but thank you. Wow. I'm absolutely stunned by that.
Unbelievable, Ellie.
Thank you so much. Honestly. Philip, do you want to say anything? I'm stunned by that.
That's that's way too generous, Ellie. Very, very
Thank
good.
You so
Excellent.
much.
Thank you so much. And I was intrigued to read your post last week, Ellie, about your meal in the Savoy Hotel in London. That must have been very, very nice.
She got Højbjerg.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Højbjerg with that. She took.
That was that. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Romero was there with Mia as well, apparently. So they had a double date. Big up. Ellie, honestly, Ellie, thank you so much. Honestly, I'm absolutely touched by that. She went, breaking news. Højbjerg is starring in the new Nia Bambi movie. It's called Sanchez says, ho, ho, Højbjerg. I'm Bambi, not
Bambi,
you.
Not you. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Yeah.
Ellie, I'm so touched by that. I'm not usually stopped for words. And Philip knows
now.
I am now. Ellie, thank you so much. Honestly.
Thanks, Ellie.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. keeps Philip in a few more chickens for a few more weeks. Anyway,
No kangaroos.
yeah, kangaroo anus or kangaroo penis. You be eating Philip, or kangaroo or crocodile foot. There's one you could eat.
Yeah, right, okay.
Big, want to say big up to Mia as well. Big up Mia. Big up Ellie.
Oh, yeah, Mia.
We've got it says Philip to eat horses for.
Can we get cut off with comments like that?
No, you know full well, right? Mia comes in. It's going to be one of those streams, right?
Oh,
And we are
dear,
planning to
dear.
do something with a few channels, right? I think we're going to go in and not monetize that channel, Philip. I think the channel we do with a few of the guys, right? We won't monetize it. Because you know full well, me and Mia get together. We take it in a certain direction that you don't. I have to find that one with the Pochi, with the Garadi, with the Pochi. Do you remember when they were looking?
Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh God, I don't know what to say to that one, Mia. Right.
He'd think about it.
I'd be the safest. Say nothing.
He'd think about it. You're a good person, Ellie. Hoi beer, yeah. Ellie's a diamond. She really is. Big up. We've got Gerard saying, Dermo, will you take Dyer, Dermo? Dermo, would you take Dyer? Dermo, another fee. Please, just Eric, go. He's got a groin injury, apparently.
Yeah, but did you hear when Ange was asked with something, but would you consider Dyer or would Dyer be playing? And the word was no. Just that one word answer. To me, that speaks volumes. I think Dyer has played his last game for Spurs.
Ellie is gifting everyone. Jim and Kate's son made out with 40 quid yesterday.
Very good, Ellie.
Big up, Ellie. And then nothing but class here. Pure class. Yeah, this is a class channel. And then Philip. This is the 8 to 20.
Then the other lot. The rest
now
of
the other lot. That's why I say I love our chat, Philip. The people we have following us are the nicest people in the world already. Yeah, Brighton, West Ham, Chelsea, Brentford, Fulham, Wolves, Palace, and then we've got Bournemouth, Forest, Everton, then the bottom three, Luton, Burnley, Sheffield United. Philip, where are you going?
I think Sheffield United. I mean, look at their goal difference. After 15 matches, it's already minus 30. There's no way they're coming back from that, I don't think. I tell you, it could be anyone from Crystal Palace down, I think, at the moment, could be involved in that relegation. I mean, Everton will make a good fist to get out of it. Hopefully they do. I mean, Everton should actually be in 10th position because with 20 points, but they're not. Forest, I think, are going to struggle. They've got heavily beaten by Fulham the other night.
Yeah.
Bournemouth had a great win. That was a really good win against Palace. And I think Roy Hodgson's under pressure now, so he could be the next one to go.
Did you hear what he said about the Palace fans? He said they've been spoiled. And Simon Jordan sort of took offence to that this morning.
Palace fans they've been okay. The Palace fans are very good fans. They're really loyal and very loud fans, and they're good fans. But what have they been spoiled with? They haven't got anything. They haven't won anything. So I don't know where he was coming from there. But the relegation fight is going to be very interesting. I would love to see Luton stay up. I think they gave Arsenal such a fright the other night that they really got a fighting spirit, and they've got 23 games left to save themselves. So hopefully they stay up. So if I was to take a guess on at the minute, I'd say the three to go down will be Sheffield United, Burnley, probably Luton, but maybe Nottingham Forest. Oh, he's gone again. So anyway, there's a couple of good. Like we're playing Bournemouth fairly shortly, which is good, and we're playing Forest. So we're playing two teams in the lower half of the league, which let's face it, they're games we have to win. There's no excuse for not beating teams like that.
No. Look, for me, Philip, I still think Everton are in there. I don't think Everton are going to be in there thereabouts, Philip. I think
they will, but I think they're good enough to stay out of it.
Yeah,
they're the best. They're the best team by a mile of those bottom six.
Are you still sticking by your prediction that the bottom three will be the bottom three that go down?
Well, I was saying the only one I say that may get out of it might be Luton. I'm hoping Luton, more hope than expectation, and it'll happen. So I say Luton or Forest will be the third one to go down.
So look, these are the Premier League player, manager, and goal of the month. We have the one and only Harry Maguire, Player of the month, played 3 clean sheets. Ten Hag, manager of the month, 3 games, 5 goals, 3 wins. And goal of the month goes to Grancio versus Everton. Look, you look at the league, Philip, right? Okay, and you look at it here. For all of Man United's problems, they're still up there. They're still there and thereabouts. They're like us, only 9 points off the lead and 3 points off Man City.
Yeah, I know. But they still, I still think they have a lot of problems in the dressing room there. Yeah. I don't think the manager has got the dressing room. I think Ten Hag is a bit of a divisive character there.
That's why.
And when you've got likes of Bruno Fernandes and who cause an argument in the phone box, and in the team, I don't think you're ever going to have a settled dressing room.
Yeah.
And,
now, sorry, Philip. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Philip.
No, finish there. Go on. Yeah.
What my spot is it? Top 5 for Champions League Spurs next year from England, or maybe Spurs can get 5th, or is it 5th and 6th at Europa? I think there's a work in that some European country, Philip, has to get. How does it work? I think it
looks like there'll be 5 for England. I don't think it's been confirmed yet. I don't think that's been all confirmed yet. I must look that up now, because that's something we looked at during the summer. We kind of put on the back burner since then. So we'll have a look at that and we'll come back with an answer on that later in the next program.
Now, Philip, we are going to go through. I want to say, just to fill up that Neil Shafton, Jordan is a good villain. I love Simon Jordan. He's absolutely brilliant. And then we've got Neil Shafton said, Slaphead may be slow, but the guy manages to get his dig dom on balls in the air.
Yeah.
And then Tequila says, because of its gravitational pull, Neil Shafton, like having a black hole on top of your neck. And then Kate's sending big hugs to Mia. Right, we have the Saturday, December match week 16, Philip. We got the first game, 12:30, Palace against Liverpool. Now, Philip, if you can write these down, and we'll put them on the community section. So we won't go for scores. We'll just go for win, draw, and loss, so we know what we're doing. Let me know, too, and the guys as well. Let me know what you think the results of each game is, and put it in the comment section as well. And thank you so much for
Liverpool.
Hit the like button, subscription button. Thank you so much, Ellie, for the super chat, and also pick up your memberships as well. It does help us. Keeps us doing what we're doing. And also, please hit a like button for the Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Hit a subscription button for Spurs Between the Lines as well. And everyone else, Mia, Ellie, this is too nice of you now. She's just done a super sticker as well, Philip.
You're too good.
With a little pair, just saying thank you and sort of doing this.
Very good. Thanks, Ellie.
We are not worthy. We are not worthy. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly. I don't know what to say. I'm really stunned tonight. So thank you, Ellie. That's very kind of you. Right. I'm going for Liverpool win, Philip. I think Palace will lose again.
Same here. Liverpool to me now are the great threat to Man City. I think Arsenal will bottle it as they usually do. I think Liverpool have got that look about them this season. That new guy they've got from Hungary, what he can do with him, unpronounceable name. He's a good player.
He is.
So
and Tequila, if you can put everyone's chat, you know who to put in. Everyone's link into chat asset. Tequila, good one there. Kate's is in there and Mia's is there as well. And also columns as well. Everyone watching over the Full-Time Sports Network, please hit the like button over there. They are our partners channel. So we're both going for Liverpool, Philip?
Both for Liverpool,
Both for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Now we have Brighton versus Burnley. I think this is going one way, Philip. Brighton win. But the Premier League is a funny old league.
Yeah.
Could Burnley spring a surprise?
Well, I'm going for a Brighton win. They got a big win against Sheffield United last weekend. I'm going to go different. I'm going to go for a draw here.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going for a Brighton win.
Mm-hmm.
We now go to our next 3 o'clock, Manchester United against Bournemouth. Live, of course, over here on Premier Sports. I think if you get a VPN, you might be able to watch it as well. Look, I'm going for United home win. Going for a United home win.
Same here. Yeah, I don't think Bournemouth will win that one. Tough game to come off the 2 away games on the trot for them,
And also, everyone go over to Tequila's gaming channel as well. He does a fantastic gaming channel. And Tequila, I'm going to have to get and talk to you about, because I want to start doing some gaming on this channel as well, FIFA and a bit of Formula 1 on our other channels. So, yeah. So, Kate's gone for United 2-1, Philip.
I think United will win. I don't think it'll be a walkover. I mean, Bournemouth are fighting for their lives. When you think about it, they got a good win during the week at Palace, and they have a few decent players. So I think United will win, but I think Kate mightn't be too far off there on that score.
And Gerrard's going for a draw. I don't know if that's for the Liverpool game or the when it is third game, Philip. Do you reckon this could be a draw?
I mean, you never know which United are going to turn up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You never know. United's big test is coming soon when they play Liverpool away, because we know what happened the last time to there. You know,
we've got two must sports. What's the 2-1 to United? Big T if you're watching. I know a big, and Jim here's gone for the totally opposite. He's gone for a Bournemouth win, Philip. 2-1.
Yeah, well, as I said, it's a funny old game, and United, if they're not up for it, Bournemouth will be up for it tomorrow.
Yes, Jimmy Greaves.
It wouldn't surprise me if Bournemouth win, but I don't think they will. I think United will probably just scrape it.
Yeah, I think they will. I'm going for United win, so there we go. We've got Sheffield United against Brentford. 3:00 kick, of course, at Bramall Lane, under a new manager now, Philip, after their manager got the sack.
And they appointed a new one yet?
Yeah, Chris Wilder.
He's back again, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Right, okay.
Do you know what? I'm going for a Sheffield United win here.
I'm going for the same, just purely on the new manager bounce thing.
Yeah.
Because the team will be performing better, so I'll go for Sheffield United myself, yeah.
Neil Shafton's going 3-0 Brentford. Kate's going for 2-1 Brentford. Mosswell Sports was going 3-1 Liverpool against Palace.
Yeah. That's about right, I think.
Yeah. Kate said man of the match, curse Jimbo. I know that's just put the curse on Brentford. And then Brentford now, he's gone for a 2-0 win now, Brentford. So he's gone for Brentford there. Do you know what? I think with the new manager and Gerrard, as famously, he's sitting on the fence, has 3 draws in 3 games he's gone for.
Yeah.
Big up, Gerrard. And we've got Daniela Zito 1-0. Philip, very quickly for the members, do you remember the competition we were doing?
I'll get an update on after this weekend's matches, because I've been away for a while. I don't even know where I am myself in it. But I'll get after Monday or Tuesday. I'll get an update and we'll post it up there.
You're in Moscow. You're in Moscow. Okay, that's where you are. Yeah. You're good. Putin's your next door neighbor, and you got Donald Trump, your other neighbors here. You're living in. You got that. 3:00. We've got Wolves against Forest, the double European champions of the late 70s, early 80s. Steve, the Forest manager under an awful lot of pressure. Philip, 1 win, he could be out. Wolves very, very doing well this season. There it's about safe. I don't think they're going to go down.
No.
I'm going for a draw. I'm going for a draw here. What are you going for?
I'm going for a Wolves win.
Ooh. Let's see what the chat say. We've got Kate going for a 2-0 win for Wolves. So screaming Jew. Jim's going for a 2-1 win for Wolves as well. Ellie's going Brighton 3, Burnley 1, Man United 2, Bournemouth 0, Sheffield United 2, Brentford 2. She's going for the draw as well. And she's also going for a 2-1 win for Wolves. Neil Shafton is going for a 2-1 win as well, Philip. So, and then Moscow Sports is going for Wolves 1-0, Royal, and Steve Cooper fired and maybe goes to Palace.
Mightn't be a bad shout for that, because I think, as I said, Roy Hodgson's under pressure, and I might not be too far off the mark.
Now this game will be broadcast live here on Thfc till I die tomorrow. Philip will be doing the watch along. I need to speak to Bobby, with Bobby and Colin, and Philip will give his unique view as being a Tottenham fan supporting Aston Villa for 90 minutes against the South London club. That should live in South London. I'm going for a Villa win here. I'm all Villa win. 3-0 Villa win.
I'm like this, Dermot. If Villa are losing 5-0 with 5 minutes to go, I'll still be saying Villa are going to win. So if Arsenal are winning 5-0 with 5 minutes to go, I want Villa to win this game tomorrow. I want Arsenal to be humiliated tomorrow. I think this is going to be the toughest game of the season, apart from the one against us that they've had.
I wanted to quickly ask you, Philip, do you agree with Tony Adams when he says Arsenal will never win a league under Arteta? I sort of agree with him.
Yeah, I mean, okay, they're nearly having the celebration now already. I mean, this time last year they had it won as well, remember?
Yeah.
Look how that fared out for them. I think tomorrow could be the start of a decent, a poor run for Arsenal.
Yeah.
because I think Villa will be up for it. I mean, Villa, you beat Manchester City on Wednesday. You're not going to be scared of Arsenal. That's for sure.
Definitely
So
not.
I think I'm going to come on the Villa. I have a soft spot for Villa. I used to live a couple of miles from their ground. So and I didn't have a soft spot for them 2 weeks ago, but I have tomorrow.
Yeah. We've got Neil saying Dracula will get revenge. Ellie's going for 1-1. She's going for a draw. Tequila's going for a 3-1 Villa win. So is Jim. Gerard's going for 3-0 Arsenal.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Tequila's going for 3-1 Villa. Kate's going for 3-2. Tequila's saying I believe in you, Forest. And Danielle's going for 3-1 Wolves. Yeah. Ellie says, yeah, I think Liverpool will win it. I've been saying this now for quite a while, Philip, and I'll get onto it at the end, Ellie, but you've made a very good point that I've been saying this now for
certainly
a while.
Thereabouts anyway. They're going to be the main challengers, I think.
Now, Sunday, the 10th of December, these are the games, Philip. Everton against Chelsea.
I'm going to go for an Everton win there. Put more pressure on Pochettino. Everton are playing okay at the minute, and they're fighting for their lives. They really are. And this 10-point deduction they've had, it seems to have focused the players because they've done some very good results since that happened. And they're playing with a sense of injustice, which is very good for a team because it makes you go out there and try that a little bit harder. So I'm going to go for Everton to win that one.
Do you think it could be the game that Pochettino gets a sack?
Well, we predicted earlier in the season he'd be gone by Christmas. So if he is, we're right.
Right, I'm going for an Everton win as well, Philip. So let's see what the ground are saying. We've got hang on, I've got to do something. We've got Gerard
4-0 to Chelsea.
Oh, bollocks. I've just turned my monitor off. I can't see anything but black screen.
All right.
So we've
Chelsea
got
4-0.
Chelsea 4-0. Jim is I can watch it on the other monitor, which is great. Jim has gone for a 2-1 win. We're back. We're back, guys and girls. Thank you. Jim's going for a 2-1 win for Everton. Neil says Liverpool may win, but we will defeat Liverpool at Anfield. Of course,
I hope so.
Tequila's going for a 2-1 win over Everton win. Kate's going for a 3-1 win. Wow. Neil Shaft and Eddie's going for 2-1. Neil's saying, come on, you toffees. Gerard's going for 4-0 Chelsea.
Right. Most people, consensus Everton. The consensus is Everton will win that game. But Chelsea, what I saw Chelsea the other night, they offered absolutely nothing.
Now, Fulham against the X Factors. That's not a hammer. That's West Ham are actually promoting the new season of X Factor for next year. That's why all the fans start doing this because they want to be involved in the X Factor next year. So that's who West Ham are promoting. Should have won last night, Philip. We'll put that to one side.
We did not lose that. West Ham did not win the game last night. We lost it. That's the best way I can put it.
We lost against West Ham, Philip. We lost against West Ham, for fuck's sake.
No, it's embarrassing. Don't annoy me. Don't remind me. Put it like this: if I had a cat, it would have got the Kurt Zuma treatment last night.
Can I just say, technically, we love all cats.
No, I do. Yeah, I do. But I just say I was so frustrated last night in that game.
So, are you going for a draw? You said, Philip.
Yeah, I'm going for a draw. Yeah,
I'm going for a
Fulham win. 5-0 against Forest.
Yeah.
So.
We've got Gerard saying 2-2 draw. He likes his draws and wins, by the way, Gerard. Very good, actually, score predictions for them. Tequila's saying West Ham 2, Fulham 0. We've got Kate going for a 3-1 Fulham win. Big up, Kate. Yeah. We've got Fulham here. Fulham Rail. I meant here. LOL. 1-1 hammers. Yeah. Neil Shafton says we didn't shoot the ball enough. We said that last night, didn't we?
Yeah, we were trying to walk the ball into the net.
Yeah. And then it says I meant Konya 1-0 for. Okay, yeah, we'll get you. And then Tequila says every time I write one of these, I get an old BBC voice in my head when we used to read out all the scores from every year.
What's that name of that guy? He has a double-barreled name.
Yeah.
Remember him? And oh god. Can't remember it now, but he was very posh the way he spoke to them, very posh.
Maybe we should get Tequila right or Jim to read out the scores every Saturday, right?
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Jim?
We should read them out with the nicknames like Palace 1, Bin Dippers 0, Glazers Boys 2, Del Boys 3, or something like that.
We've got Jim here saying 2-1 to Fulham, and then we've got Jeff Stelling. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was Neil Alexander something.
Alexander
no,
something. Yeah,
other,
it was. Now, Philip, we're going now. Little Luton against Man City.
Oh,
Look,
God.
I'm sorry. I can only
Yeah.
see one winner here, and that's Luton Town. I'm doing
You
it.
know something?
I'm going for a Luton win.
If Luton beat Man City, that would be the greatest shock of the season ever. I'd love to see it, but I can't. I'm afraid I have to go for a Man City win there.
Kate's gone for Alexander Graham Bell.
No, it's Alexander something. I just can't remember it now.
Yeah.
Double barrel name.
The Keeler's up my deluded street. Luton 5,
Yeah, there you go.
City 0. Yeah, well done, the Cooler. Welcome. And then we've got Kate saying 2-1 to City. Jim saying 5-0 City. Oh, come on, guys. Ellie's saying 4-1 Luton. Come on, who's with me with Luton going to beat City? You know, I don't want to do my Muhammad Ali after the Rumble in the Jungle speech. Like he did when he was telling nobody he beat George Foreman, and he did the rope-a-dope and beat George Foreman. Yeah, I can't see that. It's a bit
I got the name James Alexander Gordon. I knew there was an Alexander in it there. Yeah. James Alexander Gordon.
I knew. Well, who is Alexander Graham Bell? Was he the fella that did the telephone?
The telephone, yeah.
Anyway, we've got Moss saying Gerrard's going for a 3-3 draw.
Well, they scored 3 against Arsenal, so why can't they get a couple against the City?
Philip, anyone can score against Arsenal. To be fair,
I know. Yeah,
they got Raya in goal. How blessed were we that we didn't buy Raya?
Oh,
they're after Bazzuno as well, by the way. Tottenham, they're looking at Bazzuno as well to come in.
I'll take him too. I'll take him.
Yes, so would I. And then we've got just a girl who loves Spurs, just a guy who loves Spurs. Sorry, Jim, called you a girl there. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a girl. I meant a guy. 3-1 Spurs win he's going for. That is the next one. Of course it is. It is the big one. It is Tottenham Hotspur against the Saudi Arabia Football Club. Sorry, I meant Newcastle United. This is the predicted lineup, Philip. It's Vicari on goal, Destiny, Davis, Romero, Porro, Bissouma sitting in front of the back four, Papa Sarr, Celso in the middle, Johnson, Kulu, and Son up front. Look, I'm going for a Spurs win here. 3-0 Spurs win. I'm going to do it.
Might as well. I'm looking at that team, and I think I'd make at least one change to that team, maybe 2. Rumor is Porro might be injured, right? If he's injured, then I'd put Emerson Royale in at right back, okay? And I would put Johnson back on the bench, and I would play the young Argentinian lad, Belize. Because on what was painfully missing last night was when we got the ball out wide, there was no point slinging in the crosses because there's no one in there to head it. Yeah. This guy is 6 foot something and he can head the ball. Bring him in against Newcastle. They've got nearly as many injuries as we have. They got spanked by Everton. They're going to be hurting. So we need to have something that'll hurt them back.
Yeah.
I'm actually going for a draw in this game. I think we'll stop the rot at home, but I can't see us winning it. I think it'll be a draw.
Kate says, got to go, guys. Night. Thank you so much as well. And Jim as well says, got to go, gents. I'm on the stream in 5. Thanks for a fantastic show. Well, thank you for coming in, and thank you for watching. Just hit that like button if you can on the way out. It does mean a lot to us. So pick up, and everyone get over to Spurs, just the girl who loves Spurs as well. You'll find Ellie over there, you find Jim over there, and you find Kate over there as well, and Mia on a Tuesday evening when they do the girls show. So everyone get over there. So big up. We've got Daniela saying 2-1 Newcastle. She's going for Philip, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's my fear. I mean, it's very hard to stop the rot. You know, I hope to God that we get a result. I think I'd take a draw. I'd love a win. I'd take a draw.
Yeah. We've got Kate saying 2-1 Newcastle. Ooh.
I think my pessimism is spreading here.
Yeah. Jim, I'm with Jim. I'm going for a 3-1 Spurs win. I'm with Jim.
I hope you're right.
Of course we're right. If I'm right, Philip, I will do the Muhammad Ali thing for you. I promise.
Right.
I told you. I told you I'm the king of the world. I told you. All of you bow in front of Dermatron. I went on to Dave's actually and said that. All of you bow in front of Dermatron. I actually did say that. I did, Philip. Well, you're away. I actually been on and actually said that. I actually did that. After we got the draw at City, I went, I told you I'm the king of the world.
You did say we wouldn't lose. You did say we wouldn't lose. Yeah.
I said we wouldn't lose against West Ham, but prophets cannot be always right.
No.
You know, we do make mistakes sometimes. I'm still the Spurs prophet. of us winning, but I just made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Ellie says, Philip thinking loony bin. Ellie's saying, just alive when I was alive when Muhammad Ali, formerly Cassick Clay, done that speech. Also, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Sting like a bee, that's right.
He was something else. That man was. He was something else.
He was. Amazing man.
We've got Ellie K. I'll get you, my little pretty. You're a little dog too.
And your little dog.
Okay.
Right.
Rocky 3. Can you do the Clubber Lang as well, Doma? Should I be fool? That was more the A team. And then we've got LA Kings NHL record, 11 wins, no defeats on the road to start the National Hockey
That's pretty
League.
good.
Wow.
Not wrong with that.
Now, I was a year old when he beat Sonny Liston. Wow.
Yeah. 1963 that was.
And Philip wasn't even twinkle in his dad's eye.
Well, I was, but I wasn't old enough to understand boxing, that's for sure.
Philip, look, that is the end of the another fantastic Cockerel Clock podcast.
Yeah, that was really enjoyable tonight. Thanks everybody for coming on. It was great interaction there tonight. Really good.
It was. Philip, look, what we've got coming up over the next few days, we've got a few shows coming up. So tell people what we've got coming up.
Oh, well, let me see what I've written down here now. I go to my scheduling book here. Tomorrow, Dermot's away, I think, but we possibly be doing Premiership Saturday, around 3:00 to cover the 3:00 kickoffs. And then I'll be involved with a watch along with Bobby and maybe Colin from Full Time Sports Network on the watch along for Man United versus Bournemouth, and I'll have my Bournemouth hat on that day. I'd be really rooting for Bournemouth to go against the lads, Sunday, obviously, we'll be behind the couch again for Spurs versus Newcastle. A watch along at 4:30. Monday, it'll be Newsbeat, and then Tuesday, Dermot is going to do a watch along on. Yeah, I know. It's back. The Eric Dyer cushion. The Eric Dyer.
I had to get it back. The Eric Dyer cushion is back again. I thought got rid of this fucking thing.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got Newcastle versus AC Milan. The winner takes all game on Tuesday. Actually, that game, Dermot, could have a big bearing on what team Newcastle play on Sunday.
It does.
Because they've only got 48 hours between the games. Think about it.
It is.
So
and also Wednesday, Man United's game against Bayern Munich, which we'll be covering here on Thfc tonight, because that could be a night United could go out of the Champions League as well.
Well, they will, I think, yeah. Anybody can go out of that league. So there's a couple of very interesting games coming up there, and then we'll that brings us up to Wednesday, and then we'll advise you further what comes after that. So it's a busy few days coming up.
Tequila's asking, does the cushion have retraction fingers at that point? Yeah, it does. And we've got Tila van der Vaart, Madders.
It speaks as well. It's a talking cushion.
Yeah, it
does.
Says,
I got this. It says, I got this.
It's saying, I got this. I'm a cushion.
Oh dear.
He said for for that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you're getting at that. I don't know.
I'll ask him.
Who, Eric Dyer? Of course he would. Yeah. We've got Daniela Zito as well. Big up, guys. Thank you. Big up, Daniela. Philip, thank you once again. It's great to have you back. It's great to have you back. On the same time zone. Yeah. That you're not sitting there with your sunglasses and your pina colada on one side.
I miss it.
What? The pina colada or the sunshine?
No, the sunshine. Keep the pina coladas.
The kid is saying thanks for that. Well, listen, we are back tomorrow 3:45 with Premier Saturday. So please take care. Everyone, please look after yourselves. Take care. And as I said at the start of the stream, we are here. I think, Philip, we said what we said, and we're going to stand by what we said.
Stand by it. Yeah, we mean what we say here, so that's it.
Yeah. So look, we look after our
own. Stick together.
I said to Dave the other day, and it was actually a week ago. I said this, that us two are the only probably proper Tottenham Irish channels in Ireland. So we're going to do a bit more now next season as well with the Irish side of the game as well. Me and Philip are going to, when the season kicks off again, we're going to start in the summers, definitely start doing League of Ireland stuff and Ireland that. So plenty of stuff coming up on Thfc till I die. Total revamp of the whole channel as well. New graphics, new newsbeat graphics, new watch along graphics, new everything for the channel. We're growing the band as well. We've got the rugby in January. We've got Formula One coming back in March. We've got the boxing on the 23rd and the 14th of January for the big unification fight. So lots of other things happening. And also Philip will be debuting his new channel. Philip Brady does Tom Jones. So that will be broadcasting from January. What?
You forgot the cookery recipes.
Oh, yeah, and the cookery recipe. He's going to do that while he's singing You Can't. This is not unusual. While he's making an apple pie.
Come on.
On
that low point, good night, Dick. It's good night from him, and it's good night from me.
Good night. Come on, you Spurs. In Big Ange, we trust.
Yeah.